Another taste of gump goodness. I don't know if I'm going to make a separate intro for this. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. It depends if everyone likes it. I may just title this Gump Goodness Cedric, Gump Goodness Sonya. In this situation, Gump Goodness Blair Davenport. Now, we got Blair. I got to tell you this. Do I care about Blair Davenport? I actually liked Blair when I saw her. She was quite interesting. I know I saw NXT UK a couple of times, and I did see her on that. So I saw something interesting from her. Then in NXT, I saw something somewhat interesting, but that was during the time where Vince was still interjecting himself into the product, and HBK just didn't have much with it. Now, how do I feel when it comes to Blair being removed because they had no idea what to do? It looks like, from what I saw on the article, they omitted her from any storylines. They just straight up dropped her, and she is done. Now, of course, she's probably got a 90-day compete clause. But I gotta say this. When you see Blair, she is a unique individual. You don't normally see a woman like that unless it's someone that's similar to Jamie Hayter or a Toni Storm. When the old Toni Storm, not the current, my tasteless Toni Storm, the timeless, the tasteless one. She's more of that kind of traditional UK style wrestler. Where should she go? This is kind of difficult because she could just go back to the Indies or go back to the UK and wrestle there. She could also go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's a possibility she could go and do Japanese wrestling for a while. And I wouldn't be too surprised because a lot of her style is Japanese based along with European style wrestling. So I would not be too surprised about that. What about AAA? I didn't mention this in the other videos. Would she go to AAA? She could. She could go to AAA, or she could go to CMLL. She could go there. I didn't mention either one of them. I don't know. Maybe she might. It depends on if she can adapt to Spanish and adapt to Lucha Libre type of style wrestling. Could she go to MLW? Yes. Definitely she could go. But would she go? I don't know. Would she go to AEW? Yes. There's a very strong possibility because of Toni Storm, because of Jamie Hayter, because of Saraya being there still. I truly believe Blair Davenport may just go over to AEW. She may not go to TNA. There's no guarantee that she would. Now, does that mean she wouldn't go? No. But as I've said before, do not underestimate the situation when it comes to TNA. Remember, they are still cutting their budget. They've done cost cutting. They have cut their budget and they've slashed people's pay. And if anybody keeps saying they love TNA, which I do love it too, you cannot deny that almost 9 days ago, it is already reported that people are upset that they basically cut everybody's paycheck. I'm sorry. They cut people's paycheck right now. If they're doing such great work, I don't care who the hell you are. At this point, after rebranding from Impact to TNA, you cannot cut your budget so quickly. You cannot. It is too soon to cut the budget and then cut people's paychecks. Who's going to want to work for TNA knowing that, yeah, you may get a contract for almost 6 months to a year, but then after that year is up, they may cut your pay? Who's going to want that? Very few, like a PCO was willing to go through with that, but then they didn't want to do anything and they just let them go anyway. I am clearly telling you right now, I am not condoning what PCO did by destroying the Digital Media Championship. I didn't like it because the Digital Media Championship should never existed. It should have been the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship, which you could have changed into another name. It could have kept its prestige, and I do believe it was from Stampede Wrestling that Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, I believe, was from Stampede Wrestling. I could be wrong. But you could have renamed it and still said this was originally a Stampede Wrestling title. It has prestige. We're just renaming it the TNA this. You could have done that. That was more important than the Digital Media Championship, which really doesn't have any prestige behind it. It doesn't have decades. But do I believe she could go there? Of course she could. But I do believe she might go to AEW because look who's there. Saraya is there. Jamie Hayter is there. Tony Storm there. Hey, Mariah May is there. A lot of European female wrestlers are in AEW right now. And if it's possible to get her ass in there, she probably will go there. Will it work out for her? I don't know. It depends on the booking. And we know the booking is like this with the women. But this is just how I feel. And I hope you enjoy the gump goodness. I'm still going to stick with it for a little while, even if I don't know if it's going to work. Peace.